photos? Oh, okay.
Where are photos? Oh. We got some more little tape. Let me get some tape.
The reason we only have photos because this fentanyl is
Extremely
hazardous.
dangerous.
Dangerous.
Ties some tape. Go through that door.
Can you check that side office and see if there's some tape in the desk? Can she's checking. Kendra's checking.
Yeah,
Yes,
we can do that.
we will.
All right, guys, we're here today for a very, very important press conference as it relates to public safety inside the city of Flint. I'm so happy to be here at the North End Precinct, newly renovated, to be able to help secure this side of town with our law enforcement officers. But today I stand here with Sergeant Tyrone Booth and Police Chief Terrence Green to talk about some of the great work our Special Investigative Unit has done in the city of Flint. Here in my hand I have pictures of more than 2 kilos of fentanyl, one of the most dangerous narcotics that's on the market right now. The level of narcotics that have been secured and taken into custody by our special investigation units has the ability to cause great fatalities to residents of this community and elsewhere. This level of this narcotic, being as dangerous as it is, the city of Flint, with 80,000 plus residents, it has the ability to cause great harm to each and every one of the residents, if not death. This is a very dangerous narcotic. We don't want to minimize what this great achievement by our Special Investigative Unit under the watchful eye of Chief Terrence Green has accomplished by taking these narcotics off the streets of the city of Flint. This is a major, major bust. You know, we talk about accomplishing goals. We talk about having these type of activities for our Special Investigative Unit. But this, to date, as far as the narcotics bust in 2022, is our largest because of the danger that this narcotic can cause. I'm going to turn it over to Chief Green for more details and then questions as it relates to how this came about, how our Special Investigative Unit was able to capture and secure this very dangerous narcotic. Usually we have it laid out in front of you here, but this narcotic is so dangerous to be in the room. We chose just to send photos and have photos of the actual narcotics. Chief Green.
Thanks, Mayor. So as the mayor touched on, I'm going to give you some statistics for non-fatal overdoses and fatal overdoses year to date for the city of Flint. So far, the city of Flint has experienced 432 non-fatal overdoses. That's 432 non-fatal year to date. During the month of July, we experienced 64 non-fatal overdoses. That's a total of 64. Year to date also, we've experienced 41 fatal overdose deaths. 41 fatal overdose deaths. And 6 in the month of July. 6 fatal overdose deaths. So, as the mayor stated, let me reiterate, seizure of this large quantity of fentanyl definitely saved lives. Not only throughout the United States and the city of Flint, every major city's experienced this opioid epidemic. The Special Investigative Unit concluded this investigation by executing the search warrants, seizing these large amount of fentanyl with a street value of approximately $500,000. 3 arrests were made. This is an ongoing investigation, and those individuals arrested will soon be formally charged with this large quantity of fentanyl. But again, our men and women of the Special Investigative Unit did an excellent job on this investigation, along with other members of the Flint City Police Department. And it doesn't stop here. We'll continue to fight and save lives by seizing these large quantities of narcotics.
We'll open it up for questions right now.
Chief, is this one of the biggest battles that you're facing right now, is the drug problem? We heard this from the sheriff last week, that he was saying that fentanyl has been the most highly sought after drug, it seems like, in Genesee County right now. Is this something that you're seeing as well with your own department?
Absolutely, especially with the numbers I've just provided. And we think those numbers will continue to rise. But with seizures such as this, it does help the fight. But yes, fentanyl is a major, major issue in the city of Flint and Genesee County. Not only we're fighting against violent crime, we're fighting against overdose deaths. So, absolutely.
You said this was one of the largest busts. Was that for this year or all time for the department?
For the department, is very large. We have to look back, check back into history, but this is a very significant amount that was seized. A large, very large amount, specifically a kilogram of fentanyl.
And you said 3 arrests were made. Were those individuals released pending further investigation?
Yes, they were.
So they haven't been formally charged?
No, they have not.
Can you tell us everything they would be charged with?
Well, they could be charged with conspiracy, possession with intent to deliver, over 1,000 grams of controlled substance. Basically, those are the highest charges we'll be seeking.
What are like your next steps in order to try to keep fentanyl and like these dangerous drugs off of the street? Next steps, what are you looking to do? I guess how to move this forward?
Well, that's a great question. So, one program we're starting, we're going to look at the treatment end of individuals we come in contact with and refer them to treatment programs, those that are addicted to heroin, fentanyl. So we're going to attack it from the treatment end as well as aggressively still enforcement, executing search warrants, making arrests for those drug trafficking organizations that are bringing these type of drugs into our community. And also, in addition, I have assigned detectives to Flint Area Narcotics Group and also the DEA. So we're using all of our resources to end this pandemic also, that I call drug overdoses, which appears to be definitely increasing, but it's steady, put it that way.
We're on the north side right now. Is that where this operation took place, where the seizure took place?
Yes, close. No, well, more the northwest side.
Okay. Do you want to give any specific location or?
No, because it's still an ongoing investigation at this time.
But it was the northwest side where
Yes.
And then can you talk a little bit about how fentanyl is dangerous? I know sometimes it's laced into other drugs and by itself, we've seen instances where people say that just by touching it, they basically overdose. How is it dangerous and what have you been seeing on the streets?
So mainly, it's used as a cutting agent. It's used to mix with cocaine. That's what we believe they were using these kilos of fentanyl for. But it's dangerous to society. It's dangerous to public safety officers. Specifically, you've heard instances where police officers have accidentally inhaled this type of with fentanyl. Also, has been reports of officers having a reaction, serious medical issues because they absorbed it through their skin. That's the reason why we don't have the actual fentanyl here, because it's so dangerous. The dust from the fentanyl, you inhale it, it can cause death, definitely serious medical issues. So it's very dangerous.
Question, yeah. So do you know where this is coming from? Like the drugs are, how they're being moved here? Like I guess, do you have any thoughts? A lot do come from Mexico, so like I guess where have you seen?
Yeah, there's different methods of smuggling the narcotics here. It can be brought in on through parcels. It could be distributed and brought in by vehicles. There's different methods that these drug trafficking organizations use. We're not sure this large quantity, how it arrived in Flint, Genesee County. We believe it arrived in a vehicle. But it's still, again, it's an ongoing investigation.
Are you looking at this possibly being tied to other instances here within the county?
Yes.
Is that any more questions? But today is definitely a day of victory for our Flint PD Department, the residents inside the city of Flint, and also as we look to reduce crime and the criminal element inside of the city of Flint. This is a major, major win. As the chief has stated, that as a byproduct of this drug being on the street, it causes a lot of harm, if not death. This is one of the most dangerous narcotics that we have seen and experienced in the recent years, and so we want to make sure that we tell people to please to stay away from drug use, because they may not know what is all the byproducts that may be in a drug of choice for them. It could cause themselves death and harm. Fentanyl is a very, very dangerous narcotic, and so I want to commend Chief Green and the Special Investigative Unit who conducted this investigation that ultimately caused the seizure and the capture of these illegal substances from our streets. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
And I'll put the pictures out if you guys want to get some shots. You guys can feel free to get shots or get the electronic file from Katie later on.
I have you on my list.
You're gonna check out dirt up here from me, right?
Quick question.